frigates coming out.
Well, it should be noted that, of course, CISO needs to get one factory for every unit they build, while Vecchio can build as many units as they want, or almost as many units as they want, in a depot at once. So, at this point, Pickley is just trying to take care of his position as best he can. He is in a defensive position, but he is going to be able to rebuild from here if he keeps himself alive, which it looks like he's in a good position to do. He will need to expand to his natural very quickly if he wants to stay in the game, but at this point, Kron hasn't expanded either, so it's really a matter of just making the production count to get a large enough army to defend any expansions that might come up in the future.
You'll also notice, I don't know, not maybe where you are, but Pickley has built 2 test pulses, and they're out on the... Sorry, not test pulses. Zion pulses, that's what I meant. He has 2 Zion pulses out on the field, which I don't know why he does, because Kron really doesn't have many ground units. She's focusing entirely on her air army right now. With the Tornades, she's really going to destroy those Zion pulses.
Yeah, that does seem like a strange move. I think maybe he was thinking either a mistake, or he was thinking Kron might switch strategies, or possibly he wanted to use them to die near resource processors, or resource crates, so he could build resource processors with them, but I really think that was a mistake on his part, which is rather unfortunate. He does have a Test Searcher and 2 Test Pulsers, but I don't think it's going to be enough to take care of the forces of Kron coming in right now. There's 2 Tornads, 3 Lancers, 1 Frigate, looks like probably another Tornad coming in from the base. No, another Lancer coming in from the base. And they're doing quite a number on Pickley's base. Isn't that right, Ipstick?
Yes, that is right, Shadow Fury. This really doesn't look good for Pickley. He's back in time. He might be changing something, but no, not really. It looks like he's going to lose very soon, but with auto defense on his buildings, he's managing to defend quite well, but I don't know. Do you think it will be enough, Shadow Fury?
Well, auto defense does have the strange property of often causing units to get a bit confused, and the fact is that it is dealing a lot of damage. If you look at all the units getting attacked, they're taking a lot of damage. The auto defense really, it seems to be doing the most damage to those units of anything that's come up so far. A couple Shin Pulsers coming in from the depot as well. Those probably won't help too much. They're fairly generalist units, but there's still a fair amount of damage to be done. As long as they can get rid of this frigate pretty quickly, and it is attacking from the ground, so a bit of an advantage. The frigate's almost dead, so the frigate is pretty much dead. Kron hasn't managed to respond yet, and she is focusing on this time. She hasn't responded to it yet. She has more Lancers coming up. She has no units in her macro fab. She has a lot of resources, though. I'm surprised she isn't going for anything like gate tech, or isn't trying to get more resource processors, really. Resource processors, at this point, that is what she really needs.
Well, she's expanding to the top left right now. I don't know, back in the past, yes, she's expanding. She's getting lots of QP. It looks like she does plan on getting gate tech. And really, QP is what's required just to start chronoporting all over the place. And it looks like that's in her long-term plan, which is why she's going so heavy on the QP right now.
Yeah, if you notice, she has quite a bit less QP than LC. She has about 10 times as much LC as QP. And she really doesn't have a whole lot that she can do with it if she doesn't get more. Though she is getting more, so once the time wave comes in with these new resource processors, it should be quite effective for taking care of what forces come in from Pickley right now, for her to get more forces coming in. But Pickley seems to have anticipated this, and he's actually sending in some Shin Pulsers to attack this expansion to prevent it from doing anything really before it pays for itself.
Yeah, and he's going to see also that Kron has placed lots of RPs on the Q Plasma, and identify maybe that she's going to start going heavy on the gate tech and start chronoporting around the place. It might be a smart move for Pickley to either get gate tech. Unfortunately, we can't see what he has researched that this far, but he may have already researched it.
Judging by his resource expenditure, he doesn't appear to have researched it yet. He doesn't even have enough QP to research it or make good use of it. He will need to expand in order to have any chance of getting gate tech to counter Kron's. While Kron, as mentioned before, is getting her RPs very heavily attacked. A Lancer is coming in to try to defend, but it's not enough at this point. Although, surprisingly, she hasn't really built a lot of forces. She does have a lot of LC, and that can at least give her mechs and infantry, which mechs are incredibly useful against any air units, which seems to be the focus of Pickley at this point. He doesn't build a lot of ground units. He's building a lot of air to counter air, and it looks like the Shin Veer is dead, the Shin Pulsar is dead, so the expansion will pay for itself. Kron has actually quite a bit of QP right now. She's probably going to be getting... Yeah, I'm sure she's going to be getting gate tech very soon. Shin Pulsar, Shin Turcher coming in from Pickley, but it really is not enough. Pickley needs to get a fairly large consolidated force, probably get gate tech, and then from there he can work to get a good offensive, but if he's just sending unit after unit one at a time, they're not going to be doing very much at all.
Yeah, they're really not doing a lot of damage. He needs to be focusing either more on attacking Kron's RPs or getting gate tech so that he can upgrade skipping on his units and just utilize the strategy far more effectively that he's using right now. But
yes,
that's not what he's doing. He seems to be pumping all of his resources into his units, primarily building shin pulses, and he hasn't expanded at all. Unless he expands soon, he's going to run out of resources very soon, and maybe even lose the game as a direct result of. His QP crates are half empty, well, a bit more than half actually, and he's only harvesting off of one LC crate. If he doesn't notice this and move his RPs around, this could be very bad for him.
Yeah, but at the same time, he has very good reason not to do that. He doesn't have a very good position. He's been building a ton of shin pulsers, decent generalist units, but they are only good in numbers. I mean, admittedly, they are cheap, so it's easy to mass them, but he doesn't have the resources to do so, unfortunately, as much as he is trying to. He does have another Shin Turcher coming in, but really, what he needs is Teth Turchers, Teth Pulsers. Actually, what he really needs could really use his Halcyon class on top of Gate Tech. Send some Teth Halcyons back in time, and it'll be very effective against the forces of Kron coming in. And Kron coming in with another attack force, frigates, 3 frigates, 4 Tornads, very powerful. That'll be very effective in the coming attack, and it looks like she hasn't actually built Gate Tech yet, although she may build Gate Tech a bit in the future from where I'm sitting. But her attack is coming, it's going to be doing a lot of damage. One of the foundations is dead. Tornads coming in, tagging RPs. Looks like the Aero Control Center is soon going to be attacked. One of the Shin Veers coming in, about to die. The Shin Turcher coming in, a couple more Shin Pulsers in the back. They haven't attacked yet. It looks like the Shin Pulsers are going to be getting killed very quickly. Yes, the attack is hardly doing anything. The Shin Veers can't even get to the ground before they get shot again. Completely dead. So it looks like there isn't much that Pickley can do at this point. He really needed to get Gate Tech. If he goes into the far future, he might just be able to get Gate Tech in time and be able to get something out of it, but I really doubt it. No, at this point, where he's sitting, he doesn't have anything. He knows he doesn't have anything. He has a depot, a few RPs. Back where Kron is, her attack is doing quite a bit of damage, and she knows already that her attack is going to be very successful. So at this point, it's really just a matter of waiting for Pickley to call GG, because I don't see any way he could possibly get out of this. What he has now, unless he... Never mind, there it is, the GG.
That was a very smart move for Kron, building all those Tornades to destroy the buildings, which were the main threat there, because the buildings themselves were the ones that were providing most of the defense for Pickley. By focusing on the Tornades, she has the ability to destroy the building so much more quickly.
Yes, it's very interesting. So, I hope you enjoyed that, and have a good night, everyone.
Yes, good night.